what I say, baby. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I got my timer set. I'm gonna try to stay on track. And man, I tell you what, I'm so tired of this. I'm done with this cold weather. Man, it was 26 degrees or 20 degrees yesterday morning. It was 27 degrees this morning. Man, I got stuff to do, man. What's up, 87? What are you doing? Are you on base? You at home? What you doing? Hey, I will show you this. All you boys out there that's got these cardboard creepers, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to go to a yard sale, or you need to go to a gym that's throwing away their mats. You see these mats? I have my whole mixing room, which it's 10 foot wide, 24 foot deep. I have the whole floor in these mats. And I'm telling you, they soft. And I got a creeper, but I can't stand a creeper. But these mats are soft, and it sure does beat laying on the cold ground. What? Look, Rat Patrol. Oh yeah, I got a daggone, look, I got a creeper right there. I'd give it to somebody if they wanted it. I can't stand a creeper, man. That sun gun, this right here, I can slide in, slide out. That's what I told her, let me slide in, slide out. All right, so this is what I got going on. I have got a lot of stuff ordered for this thing. A lot is coming. So now I got to clean up the wires from where I had to run an individual power wire and ground wire for the Holley system. So I got to go in here and clean all this up. I got to finish the brakes. Look, I'm telling you right now, he ordered this stainless steel brake kit for this truck, and man, I ain't feeling it. Look at these lines. They just loop around, like doing a reach around. And I called to confirm that this is right. See, 67 to 70 C10, short wheelbase, rear coil springs, blah, 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 stainless steel brake lines. I'm telling you right now, I am not impressed with this brake line kit. And I asked, I mean, right there it is. Fine lines. I am not impressed. I could have just bought a roll of tubing and made the lines myself. I mean, this right here goes like that, and they were labeled. I mean, they were labeled where they supposed to go, and I promise you, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not impressed. Not impressed. Got some other, Holley, I'm gonna throw you outside. And you're gonna be a cold pussycat. You better go over here and lay your ass down. I ain't listening to it, not today. Today ain't the day. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, 87. I'm cleaning up. I was gonna wash this thing yesterday, and I'm glad I didn't. Because if I did, I'd be in a big mess today. Be cold and wet. And I don't like being cold and wet. So I'm gonna clean up some wires. I don't know if that's a leak from the first time or the second time. I thought I fixed it, but I am going to check out that to see if that's leaking. And then I'm gonna double check everything while I'm here. I'm gonna nut and bolt everything. I'm gonna go and check all nuts and bolts. I'm gonna do every bit of that. Man, let me tell you something. This right here, me making this wire right here on Facebook has 195,000 views of me making this wire. There's over 2,000 comments. There's over 100 shares. And people are saying, I did it wrong. You didn't do it right. That's not the way you do it. Man, I tell you, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. But anyways, keep watching it. That's what I say. Keep watching it and keep commenting. Keep pushing them numbers up. Keep pushing them numbers up. What's up, Bruce? How you, buddy? So I'm going to nut and bolt everything. So let me give you a little. So I ordered some leather. The seats is on their way. They're doing the seats, the door panels, the headliner. The headliner is going to be held in with magnets. And if y'all didn't know that, all headliners are held in with magnets. I'll show you. The dash pad. Then I'm going to order some cognac. Look at this son of a gun getting in my damn toolbox. Look. He's getting in my crash cart. I was going to clean that out. You ain't going to lay there long. You're going to have to get your big fat. So I call it cognac. Y'all can call it dirty brown. Y'all can call it coffee brown. Y'all can call it Rihanna brown. You can call it whatever you want to. But I'm calling it cognac. So that's the way it's coming. So, and then the speaker box. And then when the speaker box gets here, I'm going to show y'all how to set up your amp, how to use a test meter, how to set your watts on your power. So you get optimal power for your amp on your gains and your lows and stuff like that, how to set that up. A lot of people just set the amps up. They just hook them up and then they're like, oh yeah, that sounds good. But I'm gonna show you how to actually tune it using a test meter for your speaker output. Check your AC and your DC voltage. I'm gonna show you how you can do that to get the optimal performance out of your stereo system, okay? I'll tell you something else that we got on this thing. I have the bed, it's outside. Going to go ahead and finish the exhaust. The exhaust is 3-inch. It's got mufflers on it right there, but I'm going to bring the exhaust up and over and down, and then he wants me to cut out. What's up, Ray? The cut out to the side of the bed. So here I'll show you. Headliners are held in with magnets. So y'all see that? Just like in 87's LTZ, his headliner's held in with magnets. Everything's held in with magnets and hot glue. There's no more screwing. There's no more of that. So if you want to build you panels and you don't want to put screws in them, get these earth magnets and just hot glue them to the panel, and then you can just stick them up there, right? So the headliner that's going up here, it's not going to be screwed or nothing. It's just going to be held in with magnets. This strip right here on the 86, this magnet, this strip right here in the 86, the speaker strip is held in with earth magnets. So I don't know what in the world. Yeah, 87, it looks like it's popping. Looks like it's popping this morning. Man, I'm so upset I didn't get to see your lives, 87. It ain't even funny. But I'm gonna put this down. Like I said, I got my timer. On. I'm only gonna stay live. I want 50 minutes. Unless it gets crazy, I'm only staying 50 minutes. Let me show you this. 87. So check this out. So what's up, 6'2"? It actually got ordered Friday. The new Sniper 2 system for the 302 especially. That got ordered for this. And they says, what distributor are you running? I said, I'm running an MSD distributor. And they said, is it a single pickup or a dual pickup? And I said, to be honest with you, I don't even know. I said, let me look. And I give them the part number on the MSD distributor. And he says, we recommend you run this distributor. And I said, well, send it. So bought a new Sniper 2 fuel injection system for this 302. Also ordered it with a new distributor, new fuel pump, the whole system. So they did say I could still use this. So this is for this. All right. Yeah, and then I ordered another one, 87. So this guy here has a 78 F-150 pickup truck with a 351 modified that is a friggin' cream puff. And he wants to put fuel injection on it. So we ordered 2 Sniper 2 systems. One for that 302, one for the 351 modified. Then the next thing, big dog, Holley the guy, Blake from Holley, he said, man, my phone has been ringing off the hook with people saying you be telling them to call me. I said, yeah. He's like, you not even a dealer? I said, no, man, I ain't a dealer. I ain't even affiliated. And he said, well, I need to send you some dealer app over. So I sent the dealer app over, got that done. Now I'm an official Holley dealer and all their components. He asked me if I wanted a shirt or hat. I said, hell no, I want a banner. I don't want no damn hat or shirt. I want a banner. So he said, which one you want? I said, I don't care, a big one. And he said, what? I said, I need a big one. He said, how big? I said, she said she wanted a big one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I talked about you, 87, too. I told him, I said, I got a buddy that had just got upgraded on his sniper, went from a Sniper 1 to Sniper 2. That's what's up. Yeah, I'd rather have a banner. Hell with a shirt or hat. I got plenty of shirts and hats. So they also, he said, I said, yeah, I got a buddy that's got a G-body. And he had some troubles with his Sniper 1. And then y'all sent him a Sniper 2. And I said, I really appreciate y'all rotating that computer processor from the front or the back to the side, left and right. And he said, yeah, we've been got a lot of complaints and stuff like that. What's up, 84? So went ahead and ordered the front drive system for a small block, which uses the LS style water pump, and all the LS stuff is bolted onto the water pump and there's no brackets. So ordered that for the 63 Impala. Then the client, I'm telling you, man, it is popping. When 87 says summertime is coming, get out there. I'm telling you, that little bit of warm weather that we had just a few days ago, right? A few days ago, it's got people popping, boys and girls. Yeah, popping. So the guy with the 63 Impala, he is probably watching this video and he won't comment, but he said that he wanted to stay small block. And then I said, okay, cool. So I give him some options. Then the next thing I know, this guy sent me a message and said, what about this? And I totally forgot about Blueprint engines. Totally forgot about them. Just, I've used them before, but I just totally forgot. So he's like, which one? And I'm like, what? And he sent me 2 pictures. And I said, well, you can't use that one because it has a low AC mount. We need to get the Holley front drive system that compacts everything up because you don't want to run into any issues on anything on the inner fenders. So he sent me another link, said, what about this? He bought a turnkey Blueprint engine, 350, 340 horse, 400 foot-pounds of torque with the Holley EFI system on it. Turnkey, Blueprint, ready to go, roller engine, let's go. And I'm like, holy shit, Batman. So last week, bought, when I say I didn't buy it, my clients bought a turnkey Blueprint engine for the 63 Impala. Ready to go, turnkey, everything. 400 some horsepower with a little radical cam. He bought it with all the dress-up kit with all the chrome. I'm not real big on chrome, but I like it when it's different colors, black and, you know, act like black valve covers and this, whatever. I don't particularly like chrome. So I don't know which one he actually bought. What's up, Cars in the Cut? I don't know which one he actually bought, but whatever. So now we got to get a 700R transmission. So probably just buy one of them new with a TCI shift kit in it, so it has constant pressure on the detent cable. If you get a 700R, the problem with 700R transmissions is folks don't know how to adjust the detent cable, and that's the kickdown cable or the passing gear. And if you don't have that thing adjusted right, it will burn up the transmission because it don't know where it's at. So TCI makes a constant pressure valve body kit that keeps pressure on it keeps 200 psi on that valve body at all times. So if you don't have that detent cable exactly right, it's a little bit of margin of error where you can go. So now we have to order a 700R with a torque converter that matches the cam profile of the Blueprint engine. Yeah, so that's that. So then I talked to the Carolina Dustless Blaster yesterday. Man, tell me about that detent cable. I know, bro, that son of a gun, if you don't have that baby right, she won't work, man. You'll burn a transmission up like lickety split. So TCI makes that kit that keeps constant pressure on it. And a lot of people don't want to buy that kit because it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than a brand new, it's cheaper than replacing a transmission. So I talked to Carolina Dustless Blaster yesterday, Saturday. I talked to him Saturday. Man, you can walk through when I'm clearing a car with an LPH for it. Yeah, hold on one second. I'll do it. Hold on one second. So I talked to Carolina Dustless Blaster about blasting the engine bay of the Impala, and since he's here, I want to go ahead and blast the bottom of the car. And he says, I said, if we put it on the lift, can you protect my lift cylinders so we don't get crushed glass in my seals on my cylinders so it ruptures my seals on my lift so it makes it leak. He said, I can wrap everything up, blah, blah, blah. So that's great. So as soon as I get confirmation that the engine is on its way, I'm going to pull the Impala up here, pull the engine transmission out, then I'm going to pressure wash it with oven cleaner to get as much grease off of it as I can. Then I'm gonna put it, it's gonna be on the lift, and then Carolina Dustless Blaster's gonna come. They're gonna blast the engine bay, get all that crud and grud off of it. We're gonna lift it up. They're gonna blast the whole undercarriage of the car, every bit of it. We're gonna take her clothes off. We're gonna see what she's working with. And then I am going to epoxy the bottom of the car, and I am going to oven cleaner, lemon fresh, baby. Got to get that lemon fresh from Dollar General. Oven cleaner for the win. You right, 87. Oven cleaner will take off. Oh, look. So 87. Yeah, 87. Let me clear something up right quick. 87 did a little short video a couple weeks ago, about a week or two ago, how to get overspray transfer paint off of a vehicle. So I take it it's one of his vehicles or his daughter's vehicles, whatever. Somebody popped it or whatever, and it transferred paint from one vehicle to the next vehicle, and it's got a little dent on the door. And he used gasoline to take the overspray off the transfer paint from the one vehicle that transferred onto the other vehicle. You can do that. You can do that. But the reason why gas takes it off is because it's solvent based. It softens up the paint, right? And it takes off the overspray. But you have to wash it immediately. Oh yeah, it's an old trick. I've done it. Yeah, I'm not throwing shade or nothing. I'm just trying to. Oven cleaner will do the exact same thing. That's where I'm going with this. Hold on. Oven cleaner does the exact same thing. So, yeah, you can use a eraser. So the gasoline will soften up the solvents. You can take the solvents off. If you don't wash it, if you don't get that shit off of there, what that solvents is going to do, it's going to loosen up the OEM paint, and it's going to make it fail. Well, in 87's defense, it really didn't matter because there was a hellacious dent in the door, and it's going to have to be sanded down anyway. And be fixed. I'm saying this, if you use anything rough, like solvent cleaner, Goo Gone, oven cleaner, 93 octane, anything hot wax and grease remover, like PPG's wax and grease remover 3030, that shit is hot. Do not put that on fresh paint. And when I mean fresh paint, don't put that on nothing that's been painted for less than 2 years. It will take that shit off lickety split. So the old trick that 87 was showing will work 100%. But make sure you clean it real good after the fact because it will soften up the original paint. Therefore, you're going to have problems later on. But in his defense, it already had a dent anyway, and it had to be fixed. So it doesn't matter. Oven cleaner will do the exact same thing. If you spray oven cleaner on something, and here's my thing. Don't spray oven cleaner on anything that you don't want the shit to come off. I promise. Yeah, that gum to gum cleaner cutter, it's rough too. If you leave it setting, it will take off the stuff. Oh no, you good, 87. Hey, 87, I seen something in the background of in the back of one of your videos. EOD. That's all I'm gonna say. EOD. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes or no? EOD. Yes or no? All right, so let me go back to this comment. Man, can you walk me through? I'm clearing a car with LPH, a water spray gun with an orange cap. Okay, so Daniel, you want me to walk you through? I'm clearing a car with a low pressure, high volume, a water spray gun 400 with an orange cap of 1.2. I did a tour with them last. Got you. I pay attention. I be looking. All right, so an Awada. I don't have a paint gun up here, so I can show you. So I was talking to TJ Bach Chevy in Island the other night about spray gun setup. So I'm going to use this as an example, okay? Because how was the comms? Got you. 10-4. Roger that. So, I could go get a paint gun, but it's way down there in the paint books. Let me use this. Okay, all right. This work? All right. So when you're setting up your spray gun, I don't know what you're spraying, so I don't know what kind of clear you're spraying. So the orange cap is a wonderful gun. I wish I had one. They're wonderful guns, right? Freddie Carson, that is his go-to gun. And a water with an orange cap, that is his go-to gun. Freddie Carson, that's his go-to gun. All right, so when you're spraying clear, matter of fact, when you're spraying anything, all right, when you go to set your gun up and you go to spray, make sure your fluid tip is all the way out. So basically, I got an old gun right here. I got this little gun right here. All right, I took it apart. So I did it. So when you go to spray, pull, not hooked up, pull your trigger, right? Pull your trigger all the way back and run your fluid, run your needle in until you feel it bump the trigger, not hooked up. So you go to turn it until you feel it bump the trigger, right? And when you feel it bump the trigger, back it off 1/8 of an inch and then lock it down, okay? On your fluid tip, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can run it all the way in. This is the way we teach students. Run it all the way in and turn it out 2.5 rounds out and lock it down, okay? Or you can run it all the way out and then run it in 2.5 rounds in, depending on the gun, and then lock it down. What that does is that gives you full pull and full fluid. There's no restrictions, okay? Now, I don't know what you got on the other end. You might have a regulator on the end. You might have a fisheye reducer. You might have a fisheye water trap. I don't know what you have on the lower part of it. I don't run anything on the lower part of my guns, nothing. Everything's on the wall. But if you have something on the lower part of your gun, that's okay, but you need to try to get all that tail weight off of your spray gun, okay? So put a cup on the top, put something on the top and put some thinner in it or put some reducer in it, something, right? And when you set your spray up at full pull now, with your fan 6 to 9 inches back from the panel, 6 to 9 inches wide. From the tip of my pinky to the end of my thumb is 9.25 inches long. If you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. You lose some money. All right? So when you pull your trigger back at full pull, you need to set your PSI on your gun at 28 to 30 PSI. At full pull, not at rest. Not at rest, right? Not at rest. I Cerakoted this gun, that's why it's apart. Give it a weather look. When you pull your trigger back with thinner in there, using it as just in your thing, full pull at 28 to 30 PSI. Then when you let off of it, look what the spray pressure is and write it down, all right? Because you got to think about it. If you're 28 PSI on the wall and you got 25 foot of hose, that is pressure drop. You're not going to have 28 PSI at the gun. You got 28 PSI at the wall, just like parasitic draw. You're not going to have the same amount of pressure here, just like a water hose. If I got 100 PSI up the hill, I'm not going to have 100 PSI down the hill because I got pressure drop coming through the hose. That makes sense? So that's where TJ Box Island, Chevy Box, that's where one of his problems was, is he didn't have enough air pressure because he didn't have his gun set up right. So me and him talked the other day via text, and I hope I got him helped out on that. So make sure when you pull the trigger, you at 28 PSI at full pull, right? And then you go to rest. It might be 50 when you're at rest, right? So just pull, right? So when you pull the trigger, make sure you at 28 PSI at full pull, all right? Once you have that, you're busting up the molecules, right? The smaller the molecules, the slicker it's gonna be and the less orange peel. If you have low pressure, then you're gonna have big droplets. Think of it like this. Think you're driving down the highway, right? And the rainstorm comes, right? Rainstorm comes, it's big water drops, right? Big raindrops. Pow, pow, pow. You don't have to turn your windshield wipers on, right? Because, not all the time, because you got big water drops, all right? So every now and then you might turn the windshield wipers on, clean your glass off, all right? That is what happens when you don't break up the molecules of paint, clear, candy, pearls, primer. When you don't break up the molecules and the little bitty drops, it creates valleys, which is orange peel, right? You're gonna have orange peel once the clear dries and cures and the solvents come out. But you can eliminate a lot of it the slicker you lay it. The slicker you can lay it, the better it's going to be on the other end. All right? So think of it going down the road and you got a misty rain. It's just that fog, piss rain, and the droplets are really, 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 really small. You can't even see shit out of the windshield because it's covered in them little bitty bitty fish, look like caviar eggs, just all over the windshield. You have to hit the wipers, right? That is what you want when you're spraying clear. That is what you want when you're spraying clear. Let me get my textbook out and I'm gonna show you. I'm going to show you a visual. Some people want visuals. So everybody that takes my paint class gets a textbook, all right? So everybody that takes my personal class that I offer here at the shop, they get a textbook, a guide, like a cheat sheet of years. I'm gonna show y'all. You get a textbook. I give, well, I mean, you pay for it. 155 pages of a book that you take home and kind of help. I mean, it breaks it down, right? It breaks it down. So everybody that takes my class, they get this textbook, right? So I'm going to show you where I'm talking about the spray droplets, right? And to help you y'all, to help you, or whoever. Give you a little cheat sheet. I'll show you. I gotta find it. Spray gun setup. Y'all bear with me. Fingers are dry, it's cold. I know it's in here. Daggone. Hold on a second. I had one in color. I thought I had one of these books in color. That's the paint rule, 15-minute rule. If I didn't want to find it, I'd already found it. All right, right here, look. All right, so look right here. So, right here. So where I was telling you, determine the correct pressure with your gun and your paint setup. Hold your gun 6 to 8 inches from a piece of masking paper. Set your pressure at 30 psi and pull the trigger back fully and release. Repeat at 5 psi increments until 2 identical patterns are produced, right? So what that's saying is set your gun up because you want to get your spray pattern like this, right? Not like this, not like this, like this. So what this is saying is start your pressure at 30 psi. I say 28, 30 psi. Pull your trigger back fully and release at full pull, and repeat the increments in 5 psi increments until you get into 2 identical patterns, right? So they set it at 30, they set it at 35, and this is an example with optimal pressure with 40 psi for a HVLP air cup gun. That's what that is, right? So here's the spray gun setup, and it tells you how to do that. Here we go. Here it is. So got different spray angles, how to set the gun as a spray. Look where you went, not where you're going, right? Keep the gun 90 degree to the panel. And then right here, this right here has been changed, right? So this is what I'm saying. I changed this because right here is where it says the spray gun path or overlap should provide the proper wetness. He said wetness. Should provide the proper wetness without creating excessive film build with a consistently overlap of 50 to 75%, as recommended by the PDS sheet to achieve even film build and characteristics in solvent-borne products. When spraying tri-stage or candy, the overlap must increase to 90% to achieve an even finish and color. Did you hear what I said? When you're spraying a tri-coat or a candy, you have to increase it to 90%. What is a tri-stage? They got quad stage now. So anything that has a pearl in it, okay? Anything that has a pearl in it is a tri-stage, right? Is a tri-stage. You have base coat, mid coat, top coat. 1, 2, 3. 3. That is a tri-stage. They have quad stages. Toyota has got a damn 5-stage. Basically a candy paint job, factory candy paint. And they are a pain in the ass to paint, right? So you got the base coat, the mid coat, then you got another pearl coat, then you got another top mid coat, and then you got the top coat, clear coat. 5 stages, right? With candies, you have to do the overlap, right? And tri-stages. If not, you're gonna have tiger stripes, right? You're gonna have splotching, you're gonna have, so 90%. So a lot of this stuff is muscle memory, right? Muscle memory, right? A lot of things we do is muscle memory. After you've done it for so many times, it's muscle memory. So if you're learning right now to paint, if you're learning, I highly suggest you do everything at 75% overlap. Everything over at 75% overlap, right? It says this diagram shows 2 examples of common overlaps. 50% on your first pass, second pass, and then here's overlap on your, if you do 90. So if you split the difference and do 75%, because water-based paint is 75% overlap. So if you just teach yourself 75% all the time, all day, every day, then you'll be fine. And you want to say, oh shit, I'm spraying candy today, I got to do 90% overlap. And it's not going to feel, the problem with doing that, if you don't teach yourself muscle memory, this is what's going to happen. You're going to come in here and you're going to go to spray, right? And if you've been spraying single base, enamel, urethane, if you've been spraying all this other stuff, base coat, clear coat, and you've been teaching yourself to spray 50% overlap, and you got a rhythm going, right? You got a rhythm going. you got your paint gun, right? And you got your rhythm, right? And you got your rhythm going, keeping your gun 90 degrees to the panel, right? 6 to 9 inches off the panel, right? And you're doing this. Make sure, if you can't dance, you can't paint. You can't go in there like this. You can't do that. Man, you're going to have to kick them legs off from underneath you like Gumby, baby. You're going to have to get like Pokey and Gumby. You're going to have to get them moving, right? So you're going to have to be able to walk. And you're going to have hose control too, right? So when you're painting, you ain't got nobody in there. I don't know. Most people might have some helpers. I ain't got no damn helper. You ain't got a hose man, right? So the way I do it, man, I got too many damn clothes on. That heat's pumping in here, boy. Feel like a damn P. Diddy party, man. I'm about to rub myself down with some oil. So, hose control. Don't be walking on your hose. Take your hose, right? Take your hose, put it on there, right? We got the gun hooked to it, right? I'm gonna have to hold it, right? This right here, look. See that right there? Look. This hand right here, it ain't for playing pocket pool. It's to use it. You got two of them, use it. So I'm gonna lay this down because I can't hold that in that. I don't know, I might be able to. Yeah, I got it. So when you're spraying, right? This right here, I need more hose. I don't need more hose. You know, it's like that cosplay you and your girl play at night. You the fireman and she's the arsonist. Need more hose, less hose. When you're spraying, you got hose control, right? And you keep going, right? If you don't do muscle memory, and you're going here and you spray 50%, and then let's say to next week, you're spraying tri-coat, right? You're spraying tri-coat. Oh shit, what I gotta do? 50%, 75%, what am I gotta do? You don't remember, and it's not gonna be natural because you're trying to think about it. Painting is like sex. Don't think about it, just do it, baby. Just do it. Just do it. So when you're going in there spraying, you just spray, right? And when you go to the end of the panel, don't let off the trigger, right? A lot of people go, they go, and they stop. There's two settings on a gun. You pull it just a little bit and you got airflow. Then you pull it and you got fluid. When you stop spraying, stop it where you're still spraying air, right? Because when you let off of the trigger, what that's doing is that's creating a vacuum and it's sucking the trash, dry paint, dry spray, everything on the end of the nozzle. And then when you go to spray again, you just splayed that right in your panel. Back and forth, back and forth. And you keep doing that. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. And then you wonder why you got all this trash in your paint. It's not really trash. It's the overspray from the end of the cap, right? So 75% overlap. And then when you run to the end of the panel, run all the way past the panel with your paint. Don't stop at the edge. If you stop, if you're spraying and you go psh, and you stop right there, it's gonna be thick and it ain't gonna look right. And if you spray in silver, it's gonna look like a daggone tiger stripe. You need to spray all the way past the panel and then go to that first stage on the trigger where it's still spraying air but no product. Drop down 75%, do your next pass all the way, walk the whole panel, right? If you can walk the whole panel, walk it. You know, like the song said, walk it, just walk it out. Just walk it out. Don't try to paint from here and stop here, and then paint from here to stop here, and then paint from here to paint here. Because if you're doing a silver, if you're doing something with heavy metallic or silvers or candies, that shit's gonna be dark right there. That shit's gonna be dark right there. It ain't gonna look right. Now, if you're doing a Southside fade, that's completely different. A Southside fade or a South Hustle fade is completely different. A Southside fade, I know that's off topic, a Southside fade, a Texas fade, or a Dirty South fade, or whatever you want to call it, I'm fixing to tell you how to do that, and they're probably going to ban me for saying this, but this right here is the secret. If I wanted to paint this box truck in a Southside fade, and I wanted to do it candy apple red, I'm fixing to tell you how to do it a Southside fade. This is how you do it. From the bottom of the truck to about 10 inches up, right? So what I would do is I would measure from the bottom to the top, right? And see how much that is. And then I would divide that into 3 equal parts, right? That's a third, and a third, right? Then what I would do is I would split the bottom third and the second third into half, right? So then I would make an imaginary line here, and then I'd make an imaginary line here, and then so it would only be a quarter, right? Just say a quarter, and then the rest of it, right? Because a third is bigger than a quarter, right? It takes 4 quarters to make $1. It takes 3/3 to make $1, right? 33 cents times 33 cents times 33 cents is 99 cents, 99, right? So I would do a quarter. I'd come a quarter way up, and then a quarter way up, and then the rest of the truck, right? So this is how you do a Southside fade. You would get dark gray, right? Like galaxy gray, a dark gray, right? House of Color makes a nice galaxy gray, right? And I'm not pushing House of Color. They just they got a galaxy gray that is just fire. I mean, it's insane. I'm sure there's other companies that's got one that's close to it, but House of Color galaxy gray is bad to the bone. I would come in here and I would paint the bottom of this box from right here to about right here with galaxy gray. And I'd walk the whole panel with galaxy gray. And then when I got to right here, I would turn this thing up, right? I would turn this up and I would feather, I would like blend this into this, right? Then I would come back with another silver like gunmetal gray. And I'd go from this gray, I'd come up a quarter, and then I'd blend it in, right? And then my last silver would be like Orion silver or heavy metallic silver, and I would spray the rest of the cab in Orion silver, right? So the bottom would be galaxy gray, then a quarter of the way up would be gunmetal gray, and then the rest of it would be Orion silver. I am probably going to piss off some people telling this secret, but this is the secret. Now, you got 3 shades of gray, right? You got 3 shades. You got dark, medium, and light, right? Now here we're fixing to do a Southside fade. Get you candy apple red, right? From House of Colors or whoever you want to use, candy apple red. Now we're going to paint the whole truck in candy apple red, and we're going to walk the whole truck, right? The whole truck. You're going to walk from the corner. Anything that's radius, you can kind of get away and throw the eye from the flop because you can't look at this and look at that at the same way. I can't look at this and look at this at the same. So when you're spraying this, when you're spraying the front of the truck, you come around and you radius the corners, right? Let me see. So when you're coming around, you come on around to about right here. And then when you pick it up, you try to keep it where it don't look dark on the corner. But the flip and the flop and the shift of the pearls and the candies is going to throw the eye off anyway, so you're not going to be able to look at both sides at the same time. Then you walk all the way with candy apple red to the end, and you paint it. And then when you get done, because you have put candy apple red over the gray at the bottom, which is galaxy gray, the gray in the middle, which is gunmetal gray, and then Orion silver at the top. It's gonna be light to dark in candy apple red, but it's the same candy, but it's over a different ground coat. Therefore, the eye cannot see it because the sun is reflecting through the translucence of the candy. Therefore, it makes it look like it goes from light to dark, but it actually is going from light to dark. And boys and girls, they call that the Southside fade. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do a Southside fade. No, we're building an old truck. No, we're not doing that. We're doing something else. We're doing it teals and greens and stuff. That's how you do a Southside fade. Yeah. So, I got about 8 minutes left. I'm only gonna be on here for 50 minutes. I was gonna crawl underneath that truck and work while y'all was over here, but since my guy asked about how to spray, I hope that helped him out. Yeah, it's gonna be teals and whites, and it's gonna be steel wheelies, steel wheels, air conditioner, full chassis. We're gonna start building a chassis here in the next week or two. Got a 302 that's going in it, fuel injected, automatic, 9-inch rear end, stereo system, leather interior. It's a lot. Let me see if I missed anything. What's up, Tulu? Daniel, are you still here? Daniel, what's up, Tulu? If I'm like the old school look. Yep. Tulu. Not Tulu. Daggone. Daniel. Did that help you? I got a new flavor. Oh man, I missed it. What's up, Ray? So, like I said, I'm only gonna be on there for 60 minutes. We got 7 minutes left. Anything else y'all wanna talk about? Got a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on. Somebody asked me, was I gonna hire some help? Nope, I ain't gonna hire no help. I've tried that before. It didn't work out. It just caused problems, causes issues. And so what's the update on the truck and on your product? Oh, so I talked to the insurance company Friday, got all that situated. They said that an adjuster will call me today. The girl that hit my truck at AutoZone, I talked to her insurance company this morning, and they said that an adjuster will call me within 24 hours. I've already called the Chevrolet place. I've already got the front spoiler. She got my front spoiler too, where she pushed me into the parking curb. My front spoiler, my back bumper, all the brackets and all that. They're supposed to let me know and go ahead and order all that stuff, and then go from there. And then the fence company is supposed to come this week to put up new fence, new gate, new lock, new chains, new posted signs. The tree appraiser is supposed to come today or tomorrow, but he kind of gave me a rough estimate over the phone, but he's going to actually come and look at it and take some pictures himself. So there's about 6 or 7 pine trees that are damaged. And so they'll do that. So that's going to be a pretty good lick on that for them. And the girl with the insurance of my truck, that's going to be a pretty good lick on that. But I'm going to fix my own truck, so that's kind of cool about North Carolina. You can fix it, whatever. I own a shop, and since I'm LLC and I'm all in the paperwork, I can fix my own truck. So they'll have to cut the check to me, and I'll fix it. But we're looking probably like $2,600 to fix my 2015 Silverado, and that's no body damage. That's just parts. The damage is to the bumper and to the front spoiler. Yeah, Budville, I mean, being mad, I understand that, but being mad don't solve nothing. It don't solve nothing. My stuff's still broke. Everything's still broke. The car's tore up. Her car's tore up. They totaled their car. Everything is still tore up. So being mad doesn't fix the situation. It just raises everybody's anxiety. It raises everybody's blood pressure. It just puts you in a shitty ass mood and stuff like that. So, hey, it's like I told the lady on the phone, the insurance company. She said, "We're so sorry." I said, "Look, shit happens. Accidents happen. You know, nobody got killed. Nobody died. You know, it's just material things. It can be replaced. You know, we can buy, you know, oh, yeah. Look, common sense is gone, man. It is gone. Yeah, common courtesy, common sense, common decency, being kind to people is gone. And I blame that on society. People have got away way too long of running them lips and not getting the baby powder put on like Rick James says. But, you know, it's okay, you know. Yeah, my transmission went out last night in my 25-hour. I just kept it. My humor will be fixed in over a week. We're working on them. Yes, CB. I mean, look, shit happens, man. You know, shit happens. You know, and again, that goes back to what I said. Are you the thermostat or are you the temperature? You know, are you the thermostat or are you the temperature? You know, you set the temperature of the room or do you let the room set the temperature of you? Now, I'm not perfect by no means, and I get my feathers in a ruffle, so I slip. You know, that's human nature. I slip, you know, but at the end of the day, I try to not get crazy, right? I can't control nothing around me, but I can control me, right? So I can control my reaction to what happens to me. So if something happens to me, whether it's good or bad, I control that. Like, I control that. That's right, Tulu. I control that. Now, let me put it to you like this. I will go so far. You have a certain median where you can go to so far, and then we stop. And then once you push me to that point, it doesn't matter what's going on, what's happening. It don't matter. I'm about to make you cry. I'm about to make you cry. I'm about to snatch your soul out. You know what I mean? And at the end of it, you know, I'll ask. It's just, when people say Jesus said, turn the other cheek, they got it all wrong. Scholars and everything got it wrong. That's not what it says. That's not what it says. That's not what it says. You need to go back and read the first 15 verses above it and the 15 verses below it. Then you need to go over to a couple other chapters and read that. That's not what that says. Turn the other cheek. That doesn't mean walk away. But we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. But I promise you, I will treat you the way you treat me. And I will treat you better than you treat me until you get to the point where you just get completely crazy and start talking out the side of your neck and getting cheeky. And then I'm going to reel you back down to reality to let you know, hey, big dog, like 50 Cent said, they ain't no problem. No problem, no problem. All right, boys and girls, we're down to 57 seconds. Fixing to end this video. And I really appreciate every single one of you. This live went completely different. I wasn't planning on going there, but I hope that helped everybody out. And I do give private classes here at the shop, paint classes. I am thinking about doing some small classes, maybe 3 to 5 people in the class. And everybody have a great, awesome day. Today is Monday. Today is March. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Woo! St. Patty's Day, baby. Yes, sir. Everybody loves some St. Patrick's Day. The #1 drunk day of the year. People get more drunk on St. Patrick's Day than they do on New Year's. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag.